Hi, loves. Today, we're going to talk about the most powerful way to get your ex back. And it involves a very simple thing to say that can really turn things around. I'm Dr. Diana Kirshner. You may know me from my Amazon Prime TV special, Love in 90 Days, or my best-selling book, Love in 90 Days. And I'm very excited to be with you here on my Facebook page, Dating to True Love Mentor, every Thursday at 2 Eastern. And today is a really, really important topic. So many of you have asked, how do I get my ex back? We are so wired to be in a love relationship. And when a love relationship breaks up, the pain can be unbearable. And the longing that takes over, what happens often is that you would give anything to have your ex back. And often everything becomes very clear, very, very clear. When you're in the relationship, you're confused about things. But when you move away, you can actually see much more clearly what was going on in the relationship, and in particular, what your part may have been to help it go south. And but there's nothing more powerful than this craving, this longing for your ex. If you really deeply love someone and you've lost them, it colors your whole world. It really colors your whole world. And that's why so many of you have asked, how do I get my ex back? Well, we have helped many, many women get their exes back in our Love Mentor coaching program. And I'm going to teach you exactly the steps they took. While there are no guarantees, these are the most powerful steps you can take to get your ex back. The first thing to do is to work on your diamond self-identity. Now, I've talked about this in other videos, and I suggest you go back and review some of those videos to understand the diamond self-identity. This is your high value diamond self identity, where you actually own all the wonderful things about you, all the quirks, all the different gifts, your wonderful personality, your abilities, and you also get to be who you want to be in your life. You can deliberately create your own identity, building on all these unique things about you. And there is no such thing as a static sense of self in the brain. It's constantly changing, and you can actually change that and name yourself. It's the most powerful act of changing your life, where you give yourself a diamond self name or a diamond self nickname. And there are many exercises that we can use to help you find that diamond self name. In fact, in the book, if you're not familiar with it, there's a whole book on, a whole chapter rather, on how to develop your diamond self identity. Oh, hi Betty. So the first order of business is for you to develop your diamond self identity. And I know you're not feeling it, because if you're in heartbreak, often you're feeling a lot of judgment about yourself and your ex, of course, but a lot of judgment about yourself. There's a lot of negativity. You may be feeling bad about yourself, but nonetheless, it's a very, very important thing to do some diamond self work and to give yourself that name, that special name that only you can give yourself. And some of the examples that we have are the radiant blue-eyed goddess, or the amazing grace, vivacious vixen, saucy minx, beloved mighty Isis. These names really begin to empower you. You begin to feel like you're coming into your own, and it's very, very powerful. And another thing to do is to dress the part, really dress the part. So if you are the vivacious vixen, go out and get an outfit, get some, jewelry. It doesn't have to be pricey, but it has to express this new you that is growing out of the ashes, this new you that's coming up like a phoenix out of the ashes. And so that's the very first thing to do. And the second thing is to reflect on what you actually did wrong in the relationship. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. What did, nobody's perfect, even though it seems like it's all your ex's fault. Nobody's perfect. So we all contribute to things going south in a relationship. What were the things that you did that helped the relationship tank? Now, often the quickest way to understand that is look at the complaints that your ex has about you, right? Now, I know this is painful. I know this is hard, but you can do it. You can think about, where was I actually selfish? If my ex was complaining I was selfish, or my ex was complaining that I was bitchy, where was I bitchy? Where was my ex right about me? This is so powerful for your own growth. I can't tell you, whether you get your ex back or not, it is so powerful to reflect on you and for your own growth. So I really would love you to do this. Was I too demanding? Was I too clingy? Or was I too cold? Was I not interested in sex? What did I do wrong in this relationship? What did I do that helped to tank it? And you want to reflect on this honestly and own it. Really, really own it. The change has to begin with you. You want to be the change that you want to see in your life, right? And if you want to have a partner who is self-reflective and making things up to you and owning his own stuff or her own stuff, you need to be doing that yourself. You really want to own it and spend some time owning what you are up to that is not working in a love relationship. So that's very, very important. And the third thing, this is all about preparing to have a talk to get your ex back. The third thing is really clarify what your love intention is. We talk a lot about that in Love in 90 Days. What is your love intention? Which is a full-on statement about what you're up to creating in your love life, So refine what it is, what you are creating for yourself right now, So it could be something like, I am creating an amazing relationship full of joy, laughter, and adventures, large and small, or I'm up to creating an amazing family life, that is just contributing to the growth of everyone and the community at large, or with wonderful children who really give me and my great partner a lot of joy. You get the idea. You want to really go for it in your love intention. What are you up to creating right now in your life, right? What are you up to creating? And this is very important because when you put your full attention on your love intention, the universe tends to work with you. Okay, so now we got prepared. We're all prepared in terms of making the most powerful approach in terms of getting your ex back. We're all prepared. We did the diamond self work. We reflected on what we did wrong in the relationship. And we thought about the vision of love that we are up to creating now in our lives. Good. So the next step is to reach out to your ex and ask to have a little coffee date or have a drink, if that's what you used to do together, in order to have closure. You would like to meet together to have closure. So that's what you're going to say, like to meet to have closure. So now hopefully he or she is open to that. If they're not, then you have to kind of backtrack and see if perhaps they're open to that later in a few months. But at this particular date, what you want to do is to, number one, be in your new diamond self-identity. So you're going to be in this identity as beloved mighty Isis. I want you feeling your identity as, let's say, beloved mighty Isis. So you're going to go into the closet and you're going to put on a cape that reminds you of beloved mighty Isis. You're going to put on a ring that reminds you of beloved mighty Isis. You're going to look in that mirror before you go to meet your ex, and you're going to see beloved mighty Isis. And this is so amazing, so wonderful. And when you then come to this date with your ex, he is going to see beloved mighty Isis. So you're going to look different. You're going to look even more attractive and like your charisma's going on, right? And so he's going to see that, or she's going to see that. And that immediately changes everything. It changes everything. And then what you do is you sit down and you talk with him or her honestly about what you did wrong in the relationship. You want to apologize. You want to own it. There's no blame at all. This is about being like a warrior. You're really owning, think of yourself as a samurai warrior, right? Yes, I was angry. Yes, I was bitchy. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was awfully clingy. I'm terribly sorry. I really wanted to tell you that I'm very sorry about that, right? Now, usually this is music to your ex's ears because this is something they've been complaining about, right? And it's been very wounding to them. And so you're actually saying this, you know, which is, and meaning it. This is not BS. This is actually meaning it. And then the next step is to thank him for helping you to see this, or thank her. Thank you so much. You really helped me understand myself. I really get it. I know what you were talking about, and I really want to thank you for this. This was a gift. This was really, really a gift, right? So by now, if things are going well with your ex is very attentive because this is a whole new you. This is a whole new ball game. And chances are, you know, there's a lot more interest on your ex's part. No guarantees, but chances are there is a lot more interest. And then at the end, you just let him or her know your new love intention and that you are up to creating it as you go on to date others. So yeah, you might say, yes, oh, well, you know, I'm on Match right now and it's great. And I'm working on creating an amazing partnership that's devoted to adventure and deeper intimacy and lifelong learning. I mean, I've really come to understand that's my goal here. So what does that do? Your ex immediately, if there's any interest at all, is going to get a little jealous, a little jealous and more interested in you because you're announcing that you're going to be dating other people. He's seeing you in your glory, in your diamond self, right? Or she's seeing you that way. And also you're talking about a beautiful vision that is attractive, that's really, really attractive. And chances are your ex will find that to be very attractive, right? So often what happens is that at that very point, the ex says, you know, listen, I think we should try again, right? Or let's go into couples therapy, you know, something like that. That often happens in our Love Mentor coaching program. So there are no guarantees that that's going to happen, but you know, you're pulling out all the stops. You're really trying the most powerful way to get your ex back in a way that the relationship moves to a higher level, fulfilling both of you, which it could be fantastic, you know. And you can be proud of yourself for going through these steps, even if your ex does not rise to the occasion. So let me just give you an example of a woman where her ex did rise to the occasion in our Love Mentor coaching program. And this woman was a wonderful nurse. She was in her 50s. She met this tremendous guy. He's a lawyer, and he was a surfer, and he was amazing. And they had a wonderful coming together. And what happened was that she was overworked and overstressed, and she started getting very bitchy. She was irritable and short with him. Well, this was a disaster for him because his mother was very negative and angry. And so he would be mortally wounded. She would be short, curt, cut him off. She wasn't validating. She was irritated. She was often angry with him. And of course, they broke up, right? And she decided, oh my God, he's the best guy. I love him. He's perfect. He's amazing for me, you know. Now, he wasn't perfect by any means. Nobody's perfect. But she was realizing through the breakup, through the loss, that she had driven him away with this bitchiness, this negativity. And she worked on her diamond self, identity. She worked with her coach to help her get into her diamond self-identity, which I think was something like her name was the Healing Angel of Effulgent Light, something like that. And she owned the fact that she was angry, critical, cold. And she created her love intention, which was that she was going to have a deep, loving, sweet relationship that is open and caring, right? Interesting. So she had coffee with him. Long story short, she was being the angel. She was saying all this stuff and sincere. And he was very interested. And they're now very happily married. Very, very happily married. So she got her ex back. You know, is it perfect? No, no relationship is perfect, but she got her ex back. And you can too, potentially, no guarantees, you can too. If you follow these steps, no matter whether you get your ex back or not, you will grow a lot. And I guarantee you, you will gain a lot. And if you need some help with this process, there are two things I want to tell you about. One, I mentioned the love coaching sessions. You can have a free 40-minute coaching session with one of my incredible love mentor coaches by phone or Skype. And all you need to do is go to loveiN90days.com. That's loveiN90days.com. Click on the coaching tab and sign up. And number two, I have a new amazing community, the Love in 90 Days community on Facebook. So definitely join the Love in 90 Days community on Facebook. You will love it. There's a great crew of women. They call each other by their diamond self names. They're really, really supportive, really clever women too. They're really sharp and they really help each other together. And I would love for you to be in that experience of having that kind of support, especially when you're heartbroken and you want your ex on Facebook to the Love in 90 Days community and definitely join it. Definitely be a part of that. And so I love you guys and thank you for being with me. And please like and share this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, please share and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you get notified when another video comes up. Anyway, love you guys and best of luck with everything, and fill me in when everything unfolds. I know it will. I know it will unfold well.